Hello everyone, hello everybody, this is Foreign Solstice 25, Winter Solstice 8. I have improved my gambling lady. My Green Fortune, as she is called. Well, mostly in style. I haven't actually tried anything too much to do with builds at all. Although I should really eventually take the time to look into it properly. But at the very least, their use of color has been quite good. This is actually probably a better way to look at them. In terms of lighting at least. Like, at a nighttime lighting of the game, like, any amount of light will be a blessing. But, I'm using some of the, Elegy stuff and a couple Requiem, I think. Actually, I don't know if there's any Elegy on this. Let me find out. Let's see. Triumphant, Studded, Requiem. Nope, no Elegy at all. Just the Requiem. And just like a single piece. Which is fine and dandy. Like, that actually still looks pretty, like, rich and exotic. Still not quite able to find a back piece that'll do well with this. I mean, this is probably about as close as it'll get. But that's not too much to actually go with. Like, there's these. I mean, they match in color, but I don't like the back pieces. So that's a bit of, Oh, so this is the higher tier. I'd say if I was to use one of them, it would probably actually be the more basic ones. That way it's not too massively obstructing visually. Wait, what did I just do? Oh, I see. Yeah, quite a nice little look I have established, I would say. The new stuff, like, they're the right kind of plain and the right kind of glow to them that you can just make a little more balance and looks with, that I actually kind of really like. Is something I thought was quite interesting, to say the least. Let's see. Yeah, I definitely need to look into properly investing a build into this character when I get the chance. Like, I want it to be a little more like cheaty saboteur-y. Like say I should probably consider like a lot of like CC stuff. I haven't really looked at it. Actually, this might be fun. The only thing I don't want to do is go flamethrower kit. If I can help it at least some. But it is Halloween time, by the way. It has been interesting. This is actually quite considerably late. But there has been a number of interesting fashion and skins to have come up. Notably with things that have come up. Of course, there was the new mounts that you were just seeing on the front. There's also been a recent new chair. This is with the new mounts, by the way. Of course, at first everyone got a free one of these. But there is this new chair here. I do have it, actually. Just every now and then I forget if I had something or not, so I have to look at it. But, yeah. there's also a lot of interesting skins that were released this Halloween. A notable one is a syringe. Now,
Time to do some
noteworthy,
real
some of these actually have like a bloody design to them, actually. It's a lot easier for me to find them up in here, but the Cure, which is the syringe as mentioned, I do own the skin because I wanted mess around with stuff like that for later. So yeah, I got a kick-ass syringe. Now you can't actually see it right here, but it's actually like a orangish, semi-bloody internal liquid in there. But let's see. Soul Conductor. That's another new one. Now exactly what does that mean? I haven't the slightest clue. But at the very least that looks quite interesting, and I think that would actually go half decently with a Hollow Smith. If you like do like the right kind of approach for like a look. Yeah, I think that could be like really cool. I might actually consider just getting it for that, really. But live fashion wars. But then there's one other particularly notable new skin, Revenge. This one actually you own the skin for, but I really don't see myself using this. Yeah, it's like a large bloody butcher knife. Well, it's more like a cleaver, really. I mean, it's considered a knife, but the frickin' size of it. So yeah, that's a decent amount of what's considerably new, that's for sure. Actually, I'm pretty sure there was a, I don't know if this was actually new or not. Well, there is also a new infusion called Ember Infusion, and it makes you look like a destroyer, but there is another skin I've noticed recently. I don't know if it was there last year. Touch of Fog. So you see nothing here yet. But when you wield it, and it's like this glowy, foggy effect on your hand. And I think that's actually pretty cool and would have some decent fashion merits on like a character when it comes to like theme design. What's this one? I actually don't know what this is. Oh. Eh. But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Another character I threw together is my Fashion Knight. Yes. Note how the weapon goes with the outfit's colors. I was so happy about that. Also got a new longbow for the occasion. They are a dragon hunter. I'm hoping to give Power Dragon Hunter a proper shot. It is the haunted longbow that I am using. And the miniature I got it this year. I don't know how new it is, but it's the mini haunted candle. It goes well with this character's color scheme. It's something I've noticed, but yeah. So I'm definitely going to be sporting it at the very least. Yeah, Yeah, let's just sort of compare weapon skin with it now. Very, very good. It has a nice blend to it. Like, if anything, I almost feel like I need to, like, brighten up the legs or something. So yes, very, very good. Like, I've already been told before, this is a pretty unique character design I threw together. And I'm actually pretty inclined to believe that, because I don't normally see other people take a female character and do it like this. Yeah, I've just been looking at a lot of different, like, new fashion options and combinations to work with. Sort of working into, like, a different kind of, like, a blend with it, really. But, yeah, I'm using the Mistward head wrap, the Requiem pauldrons, Requiem plate, Elegy gauntlets, Carapace tassets, and the Elegy greaves. Now, it's not that I'm using the newer stuff because it's newer, or that the Requiem chestplate was like a absolutely awful monster to get. But, it just goes so well for what I would need it for. And when I use it in this more controlled manner, it goes even better. So it's like, how could I not? I just love the flow. I can't help it. Yeah, something I made quite sure of is that the boots did not, like, clip through this. Like, I've swirled it all around, it's just never happened so far. Which is actually quite wonderful. Yeah, it's still gonna be probably like a future thing for me to mess around with, but yeah. Pretty happy with this character for the most part. But I'm also really looking forward to just sort of like messing around with them. Like seeing like what else I could like do for this character. So new this year, there has actually been like a newer like Mad King lore dialogue that came up. It would start with the giant candy corn down here by this equipment repairs. They're like literally like right next to it, one of these two sides, I forget which. But then he would put you on like a little scavenger hunt, and it would reward you with the basic Pumpkin Jack mini, where it's like the not even carved out version of the mini.
I think Sylvari should get goodies too, since they don't get to be kids. Trick or treat!
I just noticed other people had like the other versions, where it was like, okay, I guess I'll go get those also, and I basically just bought the amounts of these off the trading post and just started Mystic Forging them as much as I could. Ah, 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 ah.
Here's a little something for all my royals.
Where was that? It's right here. Oh, Mad King Says just ended. Dare I? Yep. Ow. What do you think you just did? Ow. Doing that. Aha! Now that I've stripped you all of your enjoyments, I run away with it. Okay. Now back to what I was about to do. There is a new thing, actually.
The Mad King has challenged adventurers to a fight.
We now have a raceway.
I wonder if Terry is...
Now let me show you what this raceway is. This is the raceway. It's basically the Reaper's Rumble map, but used like a raceway. Now I'm not too good at this place. In fact, I've never gotten gold before. Whoops. That's not a proper way to start, huh? I messed it up so badly. Though it's easy to mess up anything with Beetle. Honestly, I've decided I'm not even gonna try too much of like the drifting stuff, because I just end up going into the universe, really. Like, look how much smoother it's going for me to not drift. Okay. Now, I don't know if that's the actual time I just hit, but I made a decent time, that's for sure. Like, I wasn't paying attention to the clock up here. Like, let me just try that again. Now, to be fair, that probably would have actually helped me if I could drift that properly. Well, you get such little traction on some of these grounds when you actually try that it just doesn't normally help you, to my experiences. Yeah, I've just never hit in gold so far. I don't know if I'm just like trying not to drift at the right time or a right angle. I don't know what it is, but Yeah, I'll probably figure it out eventually. So the new little lore stuff to do with the Mad King asks you to find a bunch of stuff proving a battle that didn't really happen. And it's supposed to be referred to as being like significant, but didn't kill Joko. But Joko, in actual game, is considered quite dead. And this time there's things about that we kind of like talked to these here. And there's been like little things we had to find around and about. So yeah, they really make it that little bit of extra interesting. Uh-oh. Moving away. I don't wanna die. Yeah. But yeah, right now the top mount to be doing the maze race would definitely be the Jackal. Something that was pointed out to me. I didn't realize it at the time. But so this is supposed to bring back a lot of your endurance. Now let me show you the absolute madness of this. Like, that's one hell of a difference. Now keep in mind, I'm actually going exactly where the race goes. Like before, one of the most roughest things you'd have is that you were always swarmed with enemies wherever you went in this place. This makes it both more bearable, and with the constant, consistent dodges, that is a hell of a lot of like ability to really sort of move around. And that puts you literal seconds ahead of other players with that alone. Like, there's only ever been once or twice with another player that it actually was at all close. And they were using a Raptor. And that was mostly with me just like completely screwing around and them knowing when they were supposed to be allowed to leave the starting area. Like, that's always been something I've done just ever so slightly late because I got sick and tired of the game always just considering me no longer part of the race. Also, when you do the new story stuff, they now have this here and fill it out with all the things you sort of collect. Now some of these are a bit of whatever, but yeah. They each of course tell you a number of things interesting. I'm not really going to read it on video here. But it does make me wonder if this will be something I can like find later on to like read. So there is a couple new or like back items that are actually notable. There's this one, the Scaled Dragon Wings backpack.
The Legion calls.
And then there's the Springer Kit backpack. Look at him, he's adorable. He's got like a little carrot on his sack. Like one of the first things I actually did with this was I showed it to people and they're like, that's adorable. And I would just like face my back to them and I would just like go to first person and then I would just like move my camera left to right. So it would be just like tickling their nose. So that's something else that's new. But unfortunately, wasn't too much to really go over this season, but I think it was a modest little bit of differences compared to last year, and I think that's really all they really needed. So really kind of sprucing it up. But thank you so much for watching. I'm 41 Solstice 25, Winter Solstice 8, and you have yourselves a great day. Bye bye.